So good meeting everyone, really enjoyed that. Thanks for your contributions. So I guess we need to start going back to the office now. We've obviously got a showcase to plan. So yeah, I think maybe tomorrow morning at 9, I'll see you in the office. Okay.
Okay.
Bye.
See you later.
See you.
Bye.
Bye.
Office? I've only got my Zoom shirt left. They're not gonna want me there in my lycra.
Back to the office. No. Dexter, I can't go back to the office. No.
Back to the office means back to instant.
If I'm going back to the office, I guess I better clean all this stuff up and start eating some fresh fruit again. Or I wonder if there's any left.
Hi, Ed. Edward. Ed, I can see you.
Oh, I thought my camera was off.
Could this be an email? Let's wait another minute. 2 minutes late, let's go.
I called this meeting. I can't believe they left me sitting in the waiting room. Come on, guys, let me in. Right, how's everyone doing? I know. There we go. How are you doing, Charlie?
Great, thank you.
Oh, good. You all right, Graham?
So for the showcase, I think even though restrictions are easing, we're probably going to need to do something virtual again. What do we think? Graham, you're on mute, Graham. Graham!
There's no mute, Ed.
Oh, okay, sorry. Oh, Sally, what do you think?
Well, last year's was so amazing. It was just like a TV show, so I think we should do it just like that, online, bigger and better.
Well, I sure hope so. So, well, I've been working on some plans. Maybe hang on, let me share my screen. There we go. So.
Oh, that's the door. God, must be more parcels. Even when I'm back at work, I'm getting these parcels. Thank you.
Anyone for coffee?
Oh, Miss Sally, please.
Okay, so has anyone got any ideas for how we can make it bigger or better? Oh, Sally, I'm not sure the chat's working. Any ideas?
Well, how about we...
Okay then, guys, that's that sorted. Well done. I think we're back in business.
Fantastic.
Yeah. Guys, I honestly think this is going to be the best showcase ever! 139 teams applied. 24 teams made it through to the boot camp, and today 12 teams compete for your vote. Live from the Innovation Station in the Sir Ian Wood building, this is the Robert Gordon University Innovation Showcase 2021. From the Innovation Station here at Robert Gordon University, welcome to the Innovation Showcase. My name is Edward Pollock and I am your host for today. And today we are celebrating some amazing teams who have come through our Accelerator program over the past year. This year has been a very different accelerator program, and that's not just because it has been hosted virtually for the first time, but also because this showcase is luckily not being filmed from my living room like last year, although I'm sure my puppy Dexter would love to have joined in. No, this year's RGU Innovation Accelerator has continued to manage the ripple effects of the COVID-19 pandemic, and we know the world is facing big challenges. As a university, we believe we have a role to play in tackling those challenges. Therefore, this year's program looked beyond just startup businesses and invited applications from wider innovations which can make a positive impact around the world. These were focused on challenges including supporting industries to recover from the COVID-19 pandemic, developing new health and mental well-being innovations, and reducing inequalities in our society. We also challenged all applicants to embed sustainability and net zero ambitions in their ventures. The RGU community rose to the challenge with 139 applications coming in and 24 ambitious teams joining us for the bootcamp back in February. 12 teams were then selected for the main program and received seed funding. Teams have been talking to customers, developing prototypes, meeting with mentors, developing business models, and pitching. So much pitching. This is our first virtually exclusive cohort, and that means participants have been able to join us from all over the world, from London to Aberdeen, from Ayrshire to Dornoch, and because we've been virtual, that's also means people have been able to take part from all around the world, including those as far away as India and Thailand. So hello to all of cohort 2021 who are watching along with us live. Hopefully you've got a drink and you're able to enjoy the session tonight. Now you will all be pleased to know there are no quizzes, no icebreakers, no yoga, and no Wheel of Doom taking part in tonight's broadcast. However, for the teams, there is no prizes for having to endure my DJ skills over the past 6 months. Now, while there are prizes up for grabs today, they are for being innovative and impactful ventures and showing that even in an incredibly challenging year, innovators can make a difference. All across the university, staff and students have been adapting and innovating to all aspects of university life, from introducing new virtual welcome campaigns to launching a new suite of free upskilling short courses, including in partnership with the NHS, to sending practical kits out, such as fingerprinting, to help students learn at home, as well as thousands of online classes, adapted trade fairs, virtual degree shows, assessments, and more. RGU and educators have been innovating at every stage. It's been a tough year for many, and I think there's something powerful about the symbolism of a light bulb being used to represent an idea. When things are darkest, ideas, innovation, and curiosity can bring the light that we all need in the world. We hope today's event can shine a light on the innovations in the region and the potential of our communities. I'm now really pleased to welcome our Principal and Vice Chancellor, Steve Olivier, to officially open today's event.
Good day. It gives me great pleasure to welcome you all to the third Innovation Showcase event, which celebrates the entrepreneurial talent and innovative ideas coming from students, staff, and graduates of Robert Gordon University and of our partner college, NESCOL. My name is Professor Steve Olivier, and I'm the Principal and Vice Chancellor of RGU. And again, very, very welcome to you all. Entrepreneurship and innovation are now more than ever crucial to the Scottish economy and its regeneration as we hopefully emerge stronger from the pandemic. At RGU, we will continue to embed entrepreneurship even more strongly across our curriculum and provide extracurricular activities to meet the needs of our students, society, and the economy. As an engine of economic growth, we promote greater innovation in the region, working with the private, public, and third sector to work across all key sectors to enhance skills and to develop new products and services. We were delighted to be recognised at this year's Scottish Knowledge Exchange Awards, winning the Innovation of the Year, and we're pleased to be the only Scottish university nominated for the 2020 Times Higher Education Award for Outstanding Entrepreneurial University. This recognised the work the university has done and continues to do in terms of its pursuit of the mission to be innovative, inclusive, and a professionally focused university. The Accelerator program that you see today has evolved since last year. The categories of the 2021 Innovation Accelerator reflected the changing needs of society as we all wrestled with the challenges and the impact of coronavirus. We saw a need to focus on innovative solutions for health and well-being, overcoming inequality and poverty, and reducing the negative impact of the pandemic. Like last year, the Entrepreneurship and Innovation Group, what we call EIG, has had to deliver our Innovation Accelerator program and this showcase virtually. And we once again had a huge number of high-quality applications, with 24 of the best going through to the boot camp and then 12 into the main program. And you'll meet them this evening. The showcase is the culmination of 5 months of hard work, and I'm sure you'll join me in congratulating all 12 teams on their achievements. I'd also like to very specifically and gratefully thank the judges who have participated in this year's competition for giving up their time, their valuable time, to support the teams. So a special thank you in particular to Jennifer Craw, Bob Keeler and Sarah Cormack-Patton for judging the final. We're really honoured to have such a high quality panel of judges. I'd also like to thank our guest speaker, Chris van der Kuyl, a very eminent person, for joining us this evening. It's a real pleasure to have you associated with our university, Chris, and to have you sharing your expertise and experience of being a serial entrepreneur and investor. So we look forward to hearing from Chris later. And finally, I'd like to thank Sir Ian Wood and the Wood Foundation, who for the past 3 years have funded the Accelerator program, supporting 58 teams, the majority of those going on to start successful businesses, raise finance, win national awards, and create employment opportunities. So let's hope that today's innovators go on to similar levels of success, but I don't think it's just hope. We're absolutely confident of that. So all that leaves me to do is to invite you to sit back, relax, and enjoy the show, and I will leave you in the capable hands of this evening's host, Edward Pollock. Thank you.
Thank you so much to Steve. Now, throughout today's broadcast, you are going to be hearing from various members of the Entrepreneurship and Innovation Group here at RGU. So, why don't we start with El Jefe himself? He's loaded up on Haribo, his Liverpool mug is full, and may the force of innovation be with you. It is Head of Entrepreneurship and Innovation, Chris Moole. How are you?
I'm very well, thank you, Edward. It's great to be let out, although I'm missing the 30-second commute from my office, from my bedroom to my office, and of course the snack cupboard, which is always full of Haribo. It's wonderful to be celebrating the outcomes of another RGU Accelerator program. This year's program has only been made possible through those supporting RGU, as evidenced by our funder, the Wood Foundation, and of course our judges and mentors, and our guest speaker, Chris van der Kuyl. So as you know, over the past few years, the Accelerator has been a prime example of the university's commitment to regional economic development. It helps communities of staff and alumni across both RGU and NESCOL to achieve their full ambition. And the students to not only gain the knowledge they require to start a business, but equip them with the skills, confidence and entrepreneurial mindset that will be so important to them in the years ahead as they navigate the future world of work. The Innovation Accelerator and our Creative Entrepreneurship short course, and of course our Entrepreneurship Summer School, in fact all the work of the Entrepreneurship and Innovation Group continues to build upon RGU's impressive track record over the past 12 months. As well as being named Scottish University of the Year in the Times Good University Guide, our Aberdeen Business School won the Times Higher Education Business School of the Year, and in April our partnership with ScotMass Limited won the Scottish Innovation of the Year Award at the National Knowledge Exchange Awards. Now all this has been achieved in a year like no other, and I want to congratulate everyone involved in our programs for embracing the change with a can-do spirit and agility and good humour. These achievements tell a proud story of RGU's footprint in the region and demonstrate the role of universities as engines for economic growth. And it's within that context that we are pleased to welcome Audrey Nicol, MSP for Aberdeen South and North Kincardine.
Hello everyone, my name is Audrey Nicholl. I'm the newly elected member of the Scottish Parliament for Aberdeen South and North Kincardine, the constituency within which the Robert Gordon University is located. May I begin by welcoming participants and visitors to this innovation showcase to celebrate the pioneering projects that have taken part in the 2021 cohort of the RGU Innovation Accelerator programme. This event really does shine a very positive spotlight on the talent, skills and determination that participants have shown as they developed their projects. Sadly, the showcase is having to take place in a virtual format this year. I only wish that we could have met some of you in person and learned more about the innovative projects that we will hear more about later on. Hopefully it won't be too much longer before we will all be able to meet face to face and discuss some of these fantastic projects in more detail. As a former lecturer in the university within the School of Nursing, Midwifery and Paramedic Practice, I understand and appreciate the importance of research and opportunities to bring innovative ideas and concepts to fruition. And this has never been more important than in a post-pandemic situation where entrepreneurs and innovators will have a leading role to play in our national and our global recovery and renewal. The Robert Gordon University reputation is second to none in this regard, and I very much hope that you will all manage to enjoy this event and join me in congratulating all the participants for their hard work and endeavours in the Innovation Showcase. Thank you.
Now we are off. Let's get this show on the road. Get your snacks ready and get comfortable. We've got lots coming up on today's show, including pitches from our Accelerator teams, highlights from this year's programme, and of course, our guest speaker, Chris van der Kuyl, CBE, gaming entrepreneur and founder of 4J Studios. Fans of gaming will know 4J as the developers behind the console version of Minecraft. But for some of you, Minecraft is probably associated with trying to get your kids away from their screens long enough to eat a meal while they're busy trying to destroy block buildings with lava. Now, as a 90s baby, the only blocks I know are plastic, sore to stand on, and costing me a fortune even as an adult. And that's just my Lego collection. Now, by watching along live, you are eligible to enter our audience competition for the chance to win £150 worth of vouchers. Keep an eye out somewhere on the screen for a keyword. And you can also share your reactions, questions, or selfies of you watching along by using hashtag RGU Innovation Showcase or by tagging @RGU Innovation. And we could give you a shout out later on in the show. Now, ideally, no selfies of you in hot tubs or all of your tasty takeaways. However, pet pics, absolutely welcome. All the details about today's event, as well as descriptions of each team, can be found at rgu.ac.uk/Innovation Showcase. Now, as you know, our teams are competing today for their share of a prize pot worth £18,500. And you get to play a part in dishing a share of that out. Shortly, we're going to be showing you a number of short pitch videos, and once you've seen them all, you get to vote for your favourite. The teams in first, second and third place will walk away with an Audience Choice Award and cash prizes, thanks to you. Now, last month, 6 finalists were selected to go through interviews with our panel of judges, who selected 3 Judges' Choice Award winners in a separate category. Let's meet our esteemed judges taking part in today's event.
Let's meet the judges. Bob Keeler, CBE. He's been named Icon of the Year by Barclays Entrepreneur Awards. His TED Talk has been viewed over 75,000 times, and he's one of Scotland's most respected business leaders. He's former CEO of Wood Group and former chairman of Scottish Enterprise, and now a business advisor and consultant at AB15. Jennifer Craw. She's led business transformation at Shell Expro. She's been Chief Executive of Scottish Enterprise Grampian, and she's gained an honorary doctorate of Business Administration. She's former Chair of the Board of Governors at Robert Gordon University and the Chief Executive Officer of Regional Development Organisation Opportunity North East. Dr. Sarah Cormack-Patton. She's gained a PhD in political science from the University of Pittsburgh and been a postdoctoral scholar and visiting tutor at Stanford University. She's lived in Aberdeen, London, Atlanta and San Francisco and is general manager and board member of the Cormack Family Foundation. She works as a policy research manager at ride-sharing firm Lyft.
Wow, those are some big names. Now, later on in today's show, we'll be speaking to the judges to find out who their winners were and get to see which teams made it through to the final 6 and how they got on when they faced the judges in their interviews. Now, before then, it is time to hear some pitches. So, to introduce the first round, I'm delighted to welcome the queen of the creatives, the master of the Raz, the coffee connoisseur. It is Innovation Learning Manager Sally Charles.
Thank you, Ed. Hello, let's get started with pitches. Our first team may have the perfect product for anyone with an Alexa. Other digital assistants are available. TL Tech is a team focused on improving well-being. Please welcome Caroline, Thomas, and Victoria with their product, KindSpace.
Introducing KindSpace by TL Tech. We transform lives with smart home technologies. Our mission is to create a world where smart meets kind.
25% of people in the UK have to wait over 3 months for mental health support. 50% of UK adults say they feel lonelier than before the pandemic. We live in an aging society where a large proportion of the households have limited or no access to the internet, and many people have low digital literacy. KindSpace is a holistic well-being voice application for the Amazon Alexa smart speakers. It contains a 1-minute daily check-in and a large database of tips and advice.
Alexa, open KindSpace.
Hello, my friend, and welcome back to KindSpace. You can choose from daily check-in or tip of the day. Which would you like?
I use KindSpace's daily check-in as part of my morning routine. I find it really helps get me set up for the day.
Over 20% of UK households now own a smart speaker. This rises to over 40% in the US. In the digital wellness space, apps like Headspace and Calm have built their customer base to over 165 million free users and 6 million paying subscribers. Our business model will be similar to these apps. We're aiming to grow our KindSpace community to over 5 million free users and 100,000 paying subscribers in the next 5 years. We've already had over 300 people across the UK, US, Canada, Australia and India enable KindSpace on their Amazon accounts. KindSpace are a team of 4 with backgrounds in project management, Internet of Things, programming, data science, sociology and media marketing. Join the Smart Meets Kind movement to support digital inclusion and healthy ageing. Try out KindSpace today to see how it can help you improve your well-being.
Thank you, TL Tech. Plenty of great tips there for keeping track of your well-being, something we could all benefit from. Our next pitch is from Barry, who I first met when he joined the Creative Entrepreneurship short course, so I'm delighted that he has taken part in this year's Innovation Accelerator. For anyone who's missing their fix of live theatre, Barry brings you new opportunities with the Grey Hill.
I'm Barry Robertson, the founder and director of the Grey Hill. Now, before COVID-19, theatre looked a lot like this. Over 14 million attendance yearly. And now, theatre looks a lot like this. 95% of theatre organisations are worse off due to the pandemic, with 1 in 4 in the workforce out of business. The solution to supporting this problem is the Grey Hill, a new theatre company creating theatre productions differently. We believe that theatre should be accessible to everyone, no matter if you live near a theatre venue or whether you live further away. That's why we created the Grey Hill. You see, every day I work with playwrights on these scripts. We look at lots of scripts, and our job is to take the scripts and turn it into this, audiobooks. And it's not just audiobooks that we create as well. It's published books, and also ebooks, and also podcasts. You see, we believe that you should have access to the arts and behind the scenes no matter where you come from. And that is why this competition through Robert Gordon University with the Audience Award, we're asking you to vote for us, the Grey Hill. You see, we have the rights to this play here, Men Should Weep, a classic Scottish play that relates to anyone here in Scotland. And we want to turn it into an audiobook to allow international audiences the access to listen to this piece of Scottish theatre. By voting for us, you'll be creating a part of Scottish history, allowing anyone in the country to listen to Men Should Weep. Please vote for us, as it means that we can start creating some classic Scottish theatre and making it accessible to everyone. I'm Barry Robertson, and for more information go to our website thegreyhill.com. Thank you for listening to my pitch. Cheers.
Thank you, Barry. The Grey Hill is on a mission to empower the theatre industry, and our next founder is also on an empowerment mission. Despite celebrating the centenary of political emancipation a couple of years ago, women still face a range of inequalities that need to be challenged. Please welcome Charlie and Rise HQ.
Getting answers to your health questions can feel like you're searching in the dark. And with so much information and opinions out there, it's hard to know what to trust. As women, we are more likely to have health challenges, to have our pain dismissed, and to have our choices taken away. And you might be thinking, I'm not a woman, this isn't about me. But all of you have friends and family who are women. And we also know that when women's health improves, so do children's and men's health, the economy increases, and people live longer and better lives. And who doesn't want that? 63% of us are now looking for health services and information online. That's 23 million women in the UK alone every year. So we need a solution to make getting informed easy. I'm Charlie Pace, midwife and founder of Rise HQ, the platform for female health. We believe knowledge is power, so we're revolutionising health information by collecting the best resources out there and putting them in one place for you. So how does it work? Our app can be used on all devices with a search tool so you can find information and experts you can trust at the click of a button. Our Journeys feature means you can personalise your experience, so you only see what matters to you. We work on a freemium model with different subscriptions based on what you need. So when we launch, all you have to do is download the Rise app and choose your journey to begin. So join the revolution for female health. Join Rise HQ. Follow us on social media and share our account with your mums, your sisters and your friends. And sign up to our email list to be the first to know when your journey goes live.
Thank you, Charlie, and power to the cause. Many of us feel empowerment and well-being through our interests and passions, taking time to connect with the things we most enjoy. Our next team promotes self-care to enhance our well-being. Their community already includes almost 3 million people, including celebrities such as Shawn Mendes and Keeler Cbe. Please welcome Sophia and Cameron from My Self Love Supply.
Hello everyone, my name is Sofia and I'm the founder of My Self-Love Supply, a digital platform focused on providing resources and education for mental well-being. We are on a mission to inspire self-care. By self-care, we don't mean bath bombs and spa days. What we're talking about is the practice of taking an active role in improving or preserving one's own well-being and happiness. When we think of mental health treatment, we often think of medication and therapy, and that's certainly the case. However, mental health treatment can also be journaling, exercising, meditation, and so many other scientifically backed self-care practices that can have a real impact on our mental health. And we are on a mission to help people integrate these into their daily lives. So how do we plan to do that? Well, let's look at what we've done so far first. We've built an engaged Instagram community of more than 3 million followers. We've built a website and a blog where we invite guest experts to share their knowledge with our community, as well as launching our first few products, a gratitude journal, 2 ebooks, and more recently, our self-care aromatherapy candles. What's our business plan for the future? Well, we are working on creating a self-care planner. Rather than focused on productivity, we want to help people build more self-care habits into their days, as well as the app version of it in the future. We're also working on producing a podcast. This will allow us to reach new audiences and raise more awareness about mental health. My name is Sofia. I have a background in business and right now I'm studying Masters in Psychology with Mental Health. Together with my business partner Cameron, who has a background in engineering, we have been working on My Self-Love Supply every single day for the past 2 years. We feel we have the necessary skill set and passion to take this project to the next level. Thank you so much for listening, and remember, as we like to say on My Self-Love Supply, be kind to your mind.
Thank you so much to Sally and all of the teams who have pitched so far. Have they done enough to earn your vote? Now, before we move on, let's take a look at what you've been saying at home. Because remember, you can share your reactions with hashtag RGU Innovation Showcase or tag us at RGU Innovation or comment in the chat. So let's have a look and see what we've got on the go. Let me get my handy clicker available for you all there. So we're going to go to, ta-da, social media wall. So hopefully you can see these social medias. Which way is it? There we are. Got them loading up here. So we have Candy watching. So watching the Innovation Showcase, fantastic pitches. Can't believe all of these fab ideas are happening in Aberdeen right now. Neither could we, but of course they're happening all over the world. There's loads of ideas. We've got Rachel Robertson tuning in live from a garden in Midstocket. I know there seems to be a curse. If it's a sunny day, we happen to be doing a live stream. It happened last year. It's happening again all over. Caroline Lawrenson, one of our startup teams. Hello, watching live there. Super excited, great introduction, very funny. Thank you very much. My puppy Dexter is gutted to not be here in the real show, but I have to say there wouldn't be much of a stage left if he got his hands on things. And is there any more showing up today? Oh, we've got a share of our lovely video there on Instagram by Kindspace, and we have a message there. Fantastic event. Good luck to everyone from Caroline. So some fantastic posts coming in there. Please make sure that you continue to share any comments that you have throughout the broadcast, and we'll give you a bit of a shout out. Now, today we are celebrating the efforts of our 3rd cohort of the Accelerator programme, but since it launched in 2018, we've been able to support dozens of new businesses to develop their ideas, access resources, and grow their ventures. Since they've left the programme, these teams have gone on to launch products, gain investment, create jobs, and diversify our economy. So let's take a look back and see how our teams from Cohort 1 and Cohort 2 have been getting on, and look out for a little reminder on how you could win £150 later on today.
We wouldn't be where we are without the RG Accelerator programme.
It has opened many doors.
Knit would not be what it is today.
And this journey all started at the RGU Startup Accelerator programme. Miles to the one of the co-founders of ArchiLink.
Hi everyone, it's Sheehan from ArchiLink here.
In our last year of university, we started ArchiLink, where you can post looking for an architect and you get effective responses from suitable local architects. In that first year, we won Scottish Edge and SIE, and we came straight out of university and now in full-time employment in ArchiLink. And we employ 3 part-time staff, and we now have over 100 architecture customers across the UK.
We initially came to Chris and his team with an idea. We wouldn't be where we are without the RG Accelerator programme.
I'm Kyle Martin, Chief Operating Officer for Attender, winner of the Most Innovative Startup Award in the Startup Accelerator 2020. We supported the university with its changeover to online learning through our pilot phase of our new online version of Attender.
Hi, I'm Lucy from Knit It, and since being on the Accelerator, we've launched our first product which has had sales in the UK and America. We've won a few startup competitions including Scottish Edge and the Young Innovators Award UK. And we've been on the Jeremy Vine show to share the message that knitting is cool and to inspire younger generations to start knitting. Before the Accelerator, I had an idea, but no idea how to implement it. And what the programme gave me was so much support and motivation to get going. It gave me all the tools, the templates, the timelines and the direction in turning an idea into a business. If I was to start this alone, it would have been so much harder. There was constant support from the whole cohort, other people who were doing exactly what you're doing. You could bounce your ideas off each other, help each other with your challenges. So not only is it the direction and the guides, it's also the network and connections that RGU have given. And without them, Knit It would not be what it is today.
COVID-19 was unlike any situation I've ever been in, and it was through the advice and guidance from my mentors that I realised that put things on hold and it's still going to be there in a couple of months, a year ahead. So Ampla had to take a back seat for a little bit. But since the start of the year, we're back. We have 2 co-founders. We're in the process of finalising our board of advisors, which will then become our board of directors. And we have some strong key businesses and athletes to move forward with in the next 6 months.
Hello, my name is Rachel and I'm one of the co-founders of Storycal, our digital location-based storytelling platform. Since completion of the Accelerator programme in 2020, we have been developing our minimum viable product, and to do this we've been working with students at Robert Gordon University to help us to develop the curation system and also the digital backend of the platform. We've also been working with a former graduate to help us to develop a crowdfunding strategy.
My name's Ben Durack and I'm a co-founder here at Origin Plastics Limited. We took part in RGU's very first Accelerator programme, and as a result I'm standing here today able to collect local waste plastic here in Aberdeen and recycle it into long-lasting products like this mini planter. We launched this mini planter back in November and literally have not been able to make this thing fast enough, selling over 500 of these across the month of December.
Now we're giving you the chance to get involved and win prizes today as part of the RGU Innovation Showcase. How would you like to walk away with £150 worth of vouchers to spend in just a few hours' time? That's right, you could be £150 better off just by taking part today. All you have to do is look out for the keyword that will be revealed at some point during the live broadcast. Once you spot it, go to rgu.ac.uk/innovation showcase, scroll down to the competition tab, click the link and submit. Entries will close later in the show and a winner will be revealed at the end of the broadcast. Keep watching and you never know, this could be you. Good luck and enjoy the show.
So many fond memories. It's pretty exciting for all of us in the Entrepreneurship and Innovation Group to get to see these teams and individuals that we work with evolve and grow into such amazing success, both personally and with their ventures as well. So here's hoping that our next team's pitching will continue that legacy. So delighted that we are joined back with our Head of Entrepreneurship and Innovation, Chris Moe. Chris, how you doing?
I'm good. Let me just switch this microphone on. I'm fine. Yes, you're looking rather dandy.
Thank you very much.
Today.
Thank you.
Is it pyjamas?
Not pyjamas today.
pyjamas,
I've actually new suited it up, which is exciting. Looking
smart.
good yourself. Last year, I'm pretty sure if anyone watched last year, Chris had a bit of a wardrobe malfunction. So.
Oh, it was my ties.
Yes, that was just your ties.
I've gone casual today. I wish I wore nicer trainers. Right.
And I see you're joined by some gorgeous looking items here next to you.
It's a bit like Crystal Maze. They're stunning. They've actually got the winners on, so I hope no one can see.
Nobody zoom in.
No one's zooming in there.
Let's zoom back out again.
Yeah.
So, Chris, yes. I guess you're about to introduce our next set of pitches. Over
I
to
am.
you.
Yes, thanks, Ed. As you'll know, our competition is open to students, staff, and graduates, and our next teams tick all those boxes in one go, which is fantastic. So, for creatives, finding the space and equipment to practice their art isn't always easy, but with Aberdeen Ceramic Studios, that could be about to change.
Hi, I'm Amy. When I graduated in 2019 from Grade School of Art, I faced two options: to continue living in the city but stop working with Kuyl, or to move away from the city for an open access ceramic studio so I could continue my practice. It was disheartening and stressful to have to leave somewhere I'd built up a creative network in, but which couldn't provide for me unless I had the financial means for my own studio. This year, two more of our teammates, Ailsa and Kelda, will face the same situation, along with 20 graduates every year.
This steady stream of students and graduates will be our initial beachhead market. Artistic practices can be isolating and costly for solo practitioners. As we emerge from this time of social distancing, it's not just makers that crave the opportunity to engage with others and learn through creative communities. Everyone's well-being can benefit from collective creativity. Our space will reflect our core values and create a vibrant craft community within Aberdeen and beyond. In response to our online community, we'll offer a premium studio service, catering beyond our beachhead market and delivering desirable memberships, classes and equipment rental. Aberdeen Ceramic Studio will provide space and equipment for creatives in an inclusive community atmosphere, encouraging curiosity through learning opportunities for the beginner, hobbyist through to the established maker. In addition to this, we will sell materials, our own range of tools and facilitate gallery sales. Looking beyond Aberdeen, we'll use our combined skills and experience to foster our drive for collaboration and community by providing pop-up studios and international artist residencies. Now, more than ever, everyone should care about our fundamental human need to create and connect as we all navigate this ever-evolving new normal. To put these plans in motion, we seek £32,000 of funding. We've already begun this process, and you can add to this by connecting with our crowdfunder campaign, with pledges and rewards that we'll hope you'll enjoy. Thank you, and see you in the studio. For information regarding our crowdfunder, access our social media here.
Aberdeen Ceramic Studios there. And of course, one thing that many creatives and freelancers tend to have is their own small shop, but finding a way to get your products to customers can be a challenge, especially as customers now more than ever are wanting to shop local. Now our next business is looking to provide a new way to get products and services out to the market. So let's meet Fahar and Shanid from House of Small Shops.
Have you ever tried to buy gifts from local stores online? Going through dozens of websites, attempting to shop locally but have no idea where to look? Well, 64% of the people want to shop locally and are actually finding ways to reduce the time to find them online.
Or perhaps you're a small business owner who is struggling to recover from the challenges of COVID-19. COVID-19 has forced many small local businesses to shut down and move online. While many websites help small local businesses, they end up paying multiple fees to sell online.
I'm Shanid, and this is Farah, and we're the co-founders of House of Small Shops, an upcoming one-stop shop for the local community to find, locate and purchase self-care products and services made exclusively by the small local businesses in the UK.
Our key features include no commission policy and no listing and selling fees. We can mix option that will allow you to put together products from several local brands into a single kit. House of Network with facilities for blogging and networking. Our most unique feature, the map of small shops, enables you to locate and shop from local brands in your area. This is one-of-a-kind feature that will help brands gain more visual attention in their community. COVID-19 has increased the demand for self-care products in the UK. You can use our platform to find and purchase self-care products as well as vouchers for self-care services such as spa, hair grooming from a single or multiple local brands in your area. There is currently no platform in the UK dedicated solely to local self-care brands. Our primary revenue stream will be a freemium subscription model, where sellers would get first 3 months absolutely free. After this, they'll be charged on a monthly or annual basis.
Far as a local entrepreneur with an understanding of the small business community, I have over 5 years of industry experience ranging from marketing, sales to engineering. We also have Membership, our advisor, who is currently helping us to develop and deliver the platform. Our mission is to give local businesses a fighting chance online by making it simple for them to sell their products and connect with the community. We also want to make it simple for you to find and buy from local brands around your area. So follow us on Instagram. This is a high impact idea created for the people, by the people of UK. Thank you.
Fantastic work there. And as we know, when we are supporting local, it means we're not getting as many deliveries, which has to be a good thing for the environment. My goodness, I've had some amount of deliveries during lockdown. It's the responsibility of all businesses to minimise their environmental impact, no matter what size they are. And our next pitch has a plan to help small businesses make a positive impact. So let's meet Dylan, Andrew and Miguel from Transition Carbon.
Atmospheric carbon has reached dangerously high levels and continues to rise. Irreparable environmental damage is on the horizon, and we must act now if we are to save planet Earth. UK companies must reduce emissions if we as a country are going to reach our net zero goal by 2050. Prior to COVID, this was the regulatory focus for all businesses across the UK. As we return to our new normal, small and medium enterprises who are already struggling will be hit with stricter environmentally focused laws and consequently fines, dealing with confusing regulations, all with more pressure to abide by them than ever before. Many of these smaller companies lack the resources and knowledge on how to prepare for this.
That's where Transition Carbon comes in. We're an emissions mitigation consultancy specialising in carbon offsetting and sustainability strategy. Miguel, Dylan and I are 3 RGU alumni with combined backgrounds in law, business and energy. We've identified a number of markets where we can make an impact, from SMEs in the oil and gas supply chain to logistics, agriculture and even construction. As well as this consultancy work, we have a piece of proprietary software in development. Its smart design will offer companies a carbon footprint estimate, educate them on how regulations may affect them, and finally give a bespoke carbon offsetting strategy based on their geographical location.
We utilise a traditional consultancy business model, with our services being charged at a daily rate. We plan to work with clients with varying project scopes and sustainability goals, allowing them to simply reduce their carbon footprint or support them in becoming completely net zero. We want to continue to build professional connections with green charities, carbon offsetters, and other environmentally focused companies who share our values. We are currently working with a development trust here in Aberdeen on a sustainable housing project, providing them with environmental consultancy. To make a change, contact us at dylan@transitioncarbon.com or go to our website www.transitioncarbon.com. Thanks, your planet needs you.
There we go. So we are saving the planet, we are building a creative economy, and we are supporting local businesses. But how are you going to choose your favourites? Remember, the vote will open after you've heard all of the teams pitch, and winners will be announced later in the show. I'm getting my Eurovision voice ready. 12 points go to... we'll find out later in the show. And did you spot anything or still spot anything? Remember, there's a chance to win £150, so keep an eye out all around you as you go on. So now let's have a look at this year's Accelerator programme. It has been a bit different, but we've had some fond memories and some great highlights. So let's have a look at the best bits of this year's Accelerator programme.
Chris, over to you to start the Accelerator 2021.
3 words that we would use to describe the Innovation Accelerator.
Challenging.
Supportive.
Uplifting.
Inclusive. Valuable.
Memorable.
Eye-opening. Useful.
Motivating. And educational. Engaging.
Connecting.
Extremely competitive Innovation Accelerator competition that we had this year, and so you've done extremely well to get through.
We were so fortunate in being accepted onto the Accelerator programme at the beginning of the year.
Obviously, taking part during a global pandemic is a unique experience, but what's been lovely that it has been online.
Lovely global cohort, so hopefully the time differences will keep us going. Most people seem to have got their boxes.
I was surprised when the postwoman came and got to rifle through the box.
The sessions have been a lot of fun.
What tunes have you got today, Edward?
Some dance music on the go just to get the energy going.
When we did online yoga.
Hello, welcome today to our experience of this Innovation Accelerator.
And try to keep your spine as straight as possible.
Breathe deeply, open your eyes, and namaste. Thank you, everyone.
The EIG team, they just bring so much energy to help keep us engaged.
Stressed, yeah, we're getting through it.
Smooth, light treats, maybe.
If anyone comes up with a cool chocolate idea, who has had some pancakes in the past couple of days? No, not many pancakes. That's surprising. Nutella, yes. I'm part of Club Nutella.
An overwhelming sense of support and positivity from everyone on the programme, from the mentors, the other teams.
Being in such a supportive environment and being able to be in a safe space.
Katrina and I have done a lot of work over the last three or 4 months, supported by our mentor Chris Moe. Without him, we certainly would not be in the position that we are in.
The mentors are always there to support and guide you, no matter how big or small your challenges are. It's wonderful to see how Covers with completely different ideas are willing to assist each other with their business plans.
It's good to be able to just have sort of good open discussions and give feedback and get feedback.
Growth, development, learning new ideas.
This program has really helped us in developing our concept into a viable business plan.
The Innovation Accelerator allowed me to test my idea and make it a real possibility.
My highlight of the course would be when we did our 10-minute pitch.
It sort of showed us how much we'd accumulated knowledge-wise throughout the process.
We felt like, okay, we're actually doing something good here.
It was kind of affirming for us that we were doing the right thing and that we actually knew what we were doing.
I have made some friendships really that will continue far beyond what has been a brilliant start to the business.
I would definitely say for anyone taking part or thinking about taking part, just go for it. It's been one of the best decisions I've made this year.
Hello, welcome back. Some amazing memories, and we may have never met the cohort before, but it's safe to say we've had amazing times and made amazing friends across the cohort. We still have some teams to hear from though, but before that, let's see what you've been saying on social media. You've been tagging us, you've been taking photos, so fingers crossed, I can pull up my handy screen of social medias. Here we go. So I think we've got a photo here from Sean. Great work from the entrepreneurs. Special shout out to Rise HQ. Thank you so much. Looking nice and sunny with the sunglasses was on. I'm very jealous. And what have we got here? We've got a message from your wife, Chris, who says, come home soon, your dinner is ready. Come home now, sorry, you're in a bit of trouble there. We've got a message up at the top there saying, well done, great pictures so far. We have, dog pictures. See, this is exactly what we are looking for. We have a lovely outdoor shot there, hopefully enjoying watching along live. We've got, a lovely kit bag there from Aberdeen Ceramic Studio. Got your drinks out, got your party getting started, and that's exactly what we are looking to see. Gillian saying, Chris Moore, looking good, my friend. Enjoy the showcase very much. Excellent to see that. And amazing pictures by everyone from Rachel, one of last year's participants. So thank you so much for continuing to engage. Make sure you're commenting, liking, sharing, giving us your photos. We love to see you as part of today's live events. Now, we do still have some teams left to see, so we may as well get on with things. So may I introduce the last round of pitches? Please welcome the man whose job title will barely fit on a business card. He is the Lord of Lycra, and he is the not-so-grumpy uncle of the family. It's Intellectual Property and Spin-Out Development Manager, Graham Carter.
Thank you, Edward. And thanks also for the CGI jacket and shirt. It seems to be holding up quite well over the top of the Lycra. Now, if you've been missing the fun and the excitement of parties and events, then our next team may be the one for you. Please welcome Leah and Louise from Henborough, Kuyl Cbe.
I know, I've tracked it. Go on. The perfect night out is a Kaylee. You dance, you drink, you meet people, you socialise, you connect with people in your community, and you sometimes even meet maybe a handsome farmer. I think you might be onto something there. The only problem with Kayleys is there aren't enough of them. Yeah, but why is that? There should be more Kayleys. Why is that not an option? There should be some kind of touring Kaylee operation that goes from town to town, community to community, bringing the Kaylee to people. Yes. Are you thinking what I'm thinking?
Well, now that we've got our dancing gear on, let's get down to business. We are Henborough Kyle Cbe, the touring Kaylee company that delivers first-class Kaylee experiences to communities across Scotland. Starting in the northeast, we'll make use of our connections here before touring further afield, bringing the Kaylee to the people.
And we can't emphasise enough that these are not just going to be ordinary events. Our market research shows that while people love Kayleys, they often think that they're either fancy or fusty. Our events are going to reimagine the parts of Kayleys that have dated, while keeping the cultural soul of what makes these events so special. We'll be adding lots of fun bits too.
A Henborough Kaylee held in Stonehaven will have exactly the same soul as one held in Dumbarton. So when people hear that Henborough is coming to town, they know exactly what to expect. Ultimately though, it's about giving attendees a sense of community, something that will be so needed after this long lockdown period.
We are revitalising the Kaylee as an alternative to your night out. Our events are an experience.
And we'd love nothing more than to show you one of our events. But we're the ladies who were daft enough to start a Kaylee company in the middle of a global pandemic.
But a little bit of daftness is just what the Kaylee company needs. So, if you're going to be jumping with us, follow us on Instagram to be first in line for a ticket.
There we go. Hopefully the power of Kaylee can help get the Scottish events industry back on its feet and dancing once again. So to our next innovator, for those families or with young children at home, you'll probably be familiar with the battles faced trying to distract the kids away from screens for 5 minutes to do their homework or eat dinner. Now our next RGU staff project is looking to tackle the challenges of digital literacy and the worries on how to keep children safe online. Let's meet Dina and her project, Maddie is Online.
My name is Dr. Dina Marchoukou and I'm the founder of Madi is Online. I'm a university researcher and a mom. There is an open secret in today's digital society. 1 in 3 internet users is a child with their own smartphone at the age of 11. Many children face online harms. Parents and educators struggle to keep up. I'm proud to introduce you to a powerful solution for our younger online global citizens, Madi is Online. Hi, Madi.
It's Maddie.
Maddie is a pretty girl in a digital world, but she's not a real person, she's a cartoon. She's here to narrate her stories and articulate the voices of children. She does that with stories of her online experiences and with humor, rather than evoking feelings of fear or danger about online harms. So far, we have 3 freely available series on YouTube: online resilience, misinformation, and copyright. We also have a central hub of digital lesson plans and activities openly available and updated by experts. Mari's Online is built for all and by all. We have a social cause at the center for vision. With James, for example, a teacher who wants his class to be able to spot fake news, but doesn't know where to start. Only in Scotland, there are thousands of schools that need to address the lack of digital skills, which only the UK is estimated to be around 3.7 million. Consider that every family and every school in the English-speaking world can have access to Madi's Online. Access to more of our resources is open if you join our social movement, if you donate your digital stories, if you add your voice to a character, if you offer digital skills workshops. So, are you ready for the social digital literacy revolution? Join Madi is Online.
Okay, so that was the end of my talk. Thank you for listening. Remember to be safe online, and if you've got any other questions for me, please send them to me. And yeah, bye! Okay, so that was the end of my talk. Thank you for listening.
Our final pitch of the day comes from our dynamic mother and daughter duo, Lorna and Katrina, who, based on their own close personal family experience, are on an important mission to improve the health and comfort of many thousands of children worldwide. Let's find out more about and meet Talipi's treatment initiative.
Newborn babies don't sleep, but unlike most mums, I couldn't make my daughter more comfortable because she had to wear this, the boots and bar. The gold standard of Talipi's treatment, they must be used 12 hours every night for 5 years. Can you imagine? Talipi's, also known as clubfoot, is the most common congenital limb difference. Approximately 200,000 children, or the equivalent of the population of Aberdeen, are born every year with clubfoot. But if you're in Aberdeen, you might not sleep and you may have to brace on despite your child's pain, discomfort, or lack of sleep, but the NHS can still treat you. Unfortunately, most babies born with Talipi's are born in low to mid-income countries. And unlike in Aberdeen, Talipi's babies and their families can be ostracised, denied an education, being able to work, or face lifelong disability. We believe that this can and must be changed with a more innovative intervention, which is more comfortable for the user and also provides more accessibility in low to mid-income countries. We have collated an advisory group of internationally recognised experts in 8 multidisciplinary fields. The team have an impressive depth of experience working with non-governmental organisations in low to mid-income countries. Together, we are working using design thinking workshops to establish a Talipi's treatment which is worthy of the 21st century's innovations. We are incorporating a community interest company to take us from prototype development to feasibility evaluation, pilot study, and a field trial starting in Q4 2022. Funding will be incremental, starting with $250,000 to fund our prototype and feasibility evaluation. We are inspired every day to work for Talpa's children, to give them the opportunity to run, just like my daughter was given. Thank you.
There we have it. All 10 teams have now pitched for your vote. So who do you think should walk away with cash prizes today? Voting will open in just a minute at rgu.ac.uk/innovation showcase. So if you're looking for the links to any competitions or voting, make sure you head to our website, and we'll keep an eye out for the videos taking on later today. So it's been a whirlwind so far. Cannot believe how time has passed. So if you are not quite sure who to cast your vote for, here is one final reminder and your choice to decide who gets cash prizes today.
It's time for you to decide which teams are worthy of your votes to walk away with cash prizes. Will it be pitch number 1, Kindspace by TL Tech, as they use their Alexa devices for wellbeing applications? Could it be Barry and the Grey Hill with his theatre production company that is looking to turn Scottish plays into audiobooks and digital content? Or it could be pitch number 3, Rise HQ and Charlie with her platform for female health, providing accurate and sustainable information for women. Perhaps it could be Sophia and Cameron from My Self Love Supply with their wellbeing platform and community, where they're going to be looking at podcasts, apps and journals. Perhaps you're going to vote for Aberdeen Ceramic Studios for their interactive space to help creatives in the city find a space to make their work a reality. Or you could vote for House of Small Shops and Farha and Sinead with their Shop by Map concept for small and medium-sized businesses. Or will your vote go to Transition Carbon as they look to provide consultancy to small to medium-sized businesses to help them reduce their carbon footprint? Or maybe you're feeling like a Kaylee and Henborough Kaylee Co gets your vote with their concept of a touring Kaylee company. Or maybe Dina's got your vote with her Maddie is Online project, supporting the education and digital literacy of young children across the country. Or maybe Lorna and Katrina have got your vote with Talpa's Treatment Initiative, where they're trying to redesign treatment for children around the world with Clubfoot. If you're ready to cast your vote, all you need to do is go to rgu.ac.uk/innovation showcase and scroll down to the voting section. Click on the button and you'll get taken to our voting system. Type in your name, email address, and then select the team you want to win. The results will be announced later on in the programme. Good luck.
The past year has been really hard for all of us, but for one particular group of people, things have been even harder. Many young people in Aberdeenshire rely heavily on the jobs and industries that were adversely affected during the pandemic. This has meant that many young people are at risk of losing their jobs and apprenticeships, and some of those who are looking for jobs just can't find any. But there is some hope on the horizon. In mid-2020, Aberdeenshire Council approached us to design a workshop series to support young people gain confidence, learn about self-employment, and help them create a viable, desirable and feasible business plan. In March 2021, we launched the Enterprise Booster through the Young Person's Guarantee, a series of 6 fun and interactive workshops. These workshops will return again in August 2021. So if you know a young person who would like to learn more, get them to visit rgu.ac.uk/enterprise-booster.
There we go. Get voting. You have about 15 minutes, so your time starts now at the RGU website. And make sure you keep tagging us on social media, and if you have any questions, make sure that you let us know in the chat or on your social media platforms, because you now are getting the opportunity to speak by one of Scotland's leading entrepreneurs. Chris van de Kyle CBE is here as our guest speaker today. Chris was born in Dundee, or from Dundee, and is co-founder of 4J Studios, which most famously developed the console editions of Minecraft. He's the founding chairman of Entrepreneurial Scotland and now runs investment firm Chroma Ventures, and has rolled with new ventures ranging from media analytics company such as TV Squared and meal delivery firm Parsleybox. He is here today to share some of his stories and insights, and he is joined by Real World Radio Academy 30 Under 30 award winner, North Sound 1 breakfast show host, and RGU graduate, Lauren Mitchell. So please welcome our guest speakers today. Hello to Lauren and Chris. Over to you, Lauren.
Thank you very much, Edward. I'm here with a bowl full of popcorn, enjoying everything we've been watching, and we're very, very impressed with everybody, so good luck. I'm delighted to be joined with Chris today. Chris, it's an honour to speak to you. I know that a lot of people are a massive fan of you, and you've got loads of things that you do that is just incredible. I mean, I don't want to sound like a bit of a stalker, but I do have a few questions here that I think you might know, hopefully, but I know them. But what we're going to do is, on the radio every single morning, we do a quiz called the Win It Minute. So it's 10 questions, you get 60 seconds, and you get £500. There's no money here today. I don't have any money on me, but you can have a bowl full of popcorn.
That'll do.
I'm
No
going
pressure.
to ask you questions about yourself. So are you ready?
Yep, I'm ready.
Okay, Chris van der Kuyl, your questions start now. Question number 1, where are you from?
I think it was given away in the intro. I was definitely born there as well. I am from Dundee, Scotland's sunniest city.
Yeah, that's it. Sunnier than here. True or false? Your granddads were Dutch and Greek.
False. The second one was Polish. Tadeusz Zamorski.
That's correct, and that's where the name comes from. I'm right.
The Van der Kuyl side, yes, the Dutch grandfather. That's definitely true.
Question number 3. So obviously you're sat down at the moment. We can't see you. So how tall are you?
Well, depending on my last official basketball measurement was 6'6", but I'd say 6'5.5", about 196 centimeters in old money or new money.
Okay, I'll give you that. True or false? You're a Dundee United fan.
Absolutely true. I dyed in the wool Arab. No question about it.
Okay, I'll give you that. Dundee has got jute, jam, and journalism. And what's the 4th J?
The 4th J, Lauren, that would be joysticks, hence our wonderful 4J studios.
We'll come to that. We'll come to that in a minute. True or false? You're an international basketball player. Obviously, you've already given that away.
Junior, under 15, under 17 for Scotland. Didn't qualify for Holland, so had to settle for Scotland.
Fantastic. Name the studios you're a founder, owner, and chairman of.
Oh, sorry, again, I've preempted your question. It'd be 4J Studios.
Correct. What does ES stand for?
ES would be Entrepreneurial Scotland.
Bingo. You've got 8 out of 8 so far. Which 2 organisations came together to form Entrepreneurial Scotland?
That would be the Entrepreneurial Exchange and the Saltire Foundation.
Correct. And the last question for 10 out of 10. You know yourself well. In Minecraft, how do creepers begin? How did it begin? What happened?
It was a bug. They tried to make a slightly different mob, got it wrong, and it was so much fun that they kept it in the game.
Exactly. You've got 10 out of 10 there. And just one last question. Do you know what this is?
That would be a creeper head, and that looks like, wait a minute, that's a homemade creeper head. That's not bought from Amazon. That's excellent work.
That was me all afternoon colouring that in. Right, so brilliant. You've got the bowl of popcorn. I'll get this sent to you, and you can have this nice pink bowl to go with it to go in your studios. Right, so the questions that everyone wants to know then. So, how did you come up with the name 4J? Why did you think of that?
Well, listen, if you live in Dundee, everybody knows there used to be like a cafe when I was growing up, which was the 3Js, and people just went on and on and on about it. And eventually we got a bit fed up of living in the past of jute, jam and journalism and said, hey, games is, we believe, if not the most important industry for the future of Dundee. It's certainly one of them. So we grabbed it and we said 4th J is definitely joysticks. So that was it from there.
That's perfect. And so tell me a little bit then about behind the scenes in your life, because obviously you've got so many different things. You've sat in Chroma Ventures at the moment, you do 4J Studios, you do all these different things. So what's it like in your life? Are you busy? I mean, you're married and you've got a family and everything. So
yeah, they do see me from time to time. Just now I work from home quite a bit, like many people. So I'm seeing more of my family than I probably have in the past 20 years. So yeah, listen, it's manic. We've got, at the moment it's kind of morning to night Zoom calls with lots of new businesses that we're looking to invest in or are looking to us for advice. Some of the businesses we're already involved in are raising money. We've got games companies that are trying to publish games at the same time. So the great thing is, look, Lauren, I have a problem. I'm pretty much unemployable. In fact, I couldn't quite believe it. I've just been announced as a non-executive director of an amazing investment firm in Edinburgh. It's the first proper job I think I've ever had in my life. They actually chose to employ me. So with being as unemployable as I do, you kind of have to basically make your own jobs up. I'm a bit of a restless soul. So if I do the same job for maybe 3 months to 6 months, I start to get pretty dangerous and cause trouble wherever I am. So I kind of try to put myself out of job quite frequently, and find people, it's an old adage, but it's true. Find people that are better than you at doing the job you kind of half done, you've half done well, and you'll go anywhere you want to go. I think the only challenge that I see people having is holding on to the reins or holding on to control for too long, when actually what you want to do is bring some fresh talent through, let people get on with it and move on to the next thing. So that really suits my personality, because no 2 days are ever the same.
I get that as well. I saw yesterday that has just been announced, so congratulations there. But also, I think you've got a very creative mind. I think a lot like all of the people who have pitched today. It's a very creative way of thinking, and you have to keep busy. So it's just fantastic. I can't believe just how many things you're involved in. I'm just like, I'm obviously looking at what you do, and I'm thinking, wow, it's just so much stuff. The one thing I did want to know, though, this is a bit of a silly question, but who's the most famous person in your phone book? Because you've obviously met quite a lot of people. The most famous person in my phone book, apart from my mum, because she's in my family, she's pretty famous. I'll tell you actually, I'll give you the absolute probably surprise answer to this. It's a soap star. Can you guess which soap from? I'm going to go Phil Mitchell from EastEnders. No, it's much better than that. A better bad guy than Phil Mitchell. There's the next clue. River City? No, not Scottish. Big UK soap that's not EastEnders. Coronation Street? The other one. Emmerdale? Correct. Kane Dingle from Emmerdale, who, as it happens, is my little cousin. And that's not a joke. Yeah, there you go. There's fact you never knew until tonight. Yeah. Kane Dingle is my wee cousin. That's it. We're like walking Wikipedias of Chris and Kyle now. That's it. So back to kind of entrepreneurial stuff. What are your 3 top tips? Because I know you've got so many. So if you could just whittle it down to your 3 best ones. Yeah, I think look, and I've come on this journey. I was not born into an entrepreneurial family. My dad was a teacher, then a lecturer. My mum ended, I decided she wanted to be a primary teacher as well. Nobody's really been in business around me. So I don't know how I quite ended up on the journey, but as soon as I did, I realized I didn't really have anybody to ask questions of that was very close to me. And it was my dad. My dad just said, well, Chris, who would you want to talk to? And I said, well, I don't really know, Dad. Who's out there? I'm trying to build a technology company in Scotland. And he said, I met this guy once, Ian Ritchie. He's quite famous. He sold a business to Panasonic and is now investing in other companies. He said, I think I can probably get me a phone number for you. And he did, and I phoned him up, and Ian ended up my first chairman, helped me sell a business, invested in my business. And he didn't know me really from Adam. I just phoned him up one day and said, help, I need a bit of advice. Here's the journey I'm on. And he's like, look, come and see me, have a cup of coffee. And that's been my MO ever since. I just keep phoning people up and saying, I've heard you can help me. Can you help me? And generally people will, or they'll say to you, no, I'm not the right person to ask for help on that, but I'll introduce you to the right person to do that. And Scotland, you often say it's just like living in a big village, if it happens to have 5 million people in it. You can generally get to somebody who will answer your questions pretty quickly, and that's amazing. So that's tip 1. Tip 2 is then don't undersell yourself. Like, if you don't believe in yourself, nobody else is going to believe in you. So go in, if you genuinely believe you're going to build a global business, go and tell people that's what you're going to do. It's people talk about visualization. If you start to say it and believe it, people will maybe say, no, don't be crazy. You can't quite do that yet, but here's what you need to do next. And people who say to you, no, you'll never do that, don't ever speak to them again, because they're just going to suck the life out of you. You'll surround yourself with people that will really help you. And then the third thing, no matter how early stage you are, if it's your first business, if you're just desperately trying to get it off the ground, help others. You'll find people you think, well, what do I know? How can I help somebody?
there'll always be somebody you can help that's either coming a little bit behind you or is in the same journey as you are, and just talking to them will help them. So there's my three. Ask for help. Don't be shy in kind of promoting yourself and your business, and help others.
Okay, brilliant. So that's perfect. That's exactly what we want to know. So we're getting a few questions coming in. So if Chris could be a character in a computer game, who would he be?
That's pretty obvious. Super Mario.
Oh,
not because I particularly want to look like Super Mario, but he is the greatest character in computer gaming history, and he always gets the princess at the end of the day. So although Bowser comes and steals her every time, but yeah, Mario for sure.
Okay, we're getting another one here. What is the greatest opportunity that COVID has presented to you?
Wow, I think I actually answered it already. To spend more time efficiently, as it were, with my family. So I'll spend my time efficiently, thereby giving me more time to spend with my family. It's been an amazing time, and also because we've all been restricted. Fortunately, I don't live alone. I live with my wife and my three kids. So it's probably a year that I'll never get again, where we can do a ton of stuff together. So that's probably the best thing. But loads of business things have happened there. I mean, on the business front, probably Parsley Box. We went into COVID and in the pandemic with a great new idea for a business that the team were doing phenomenally well at. And in a week, we sort of time warped 5 years into the future and grew the business at a rate that none of us could believe. And, less than a year later, we managed to float the business on AIM. We're getting ready to expand, internationally. And yeah, without this opportunity, we would never have been where we are today.
That's fab. Well, actually, talking of future, I know you've done really well with Parsley Box and things, but what kind of businesses do you think we need in future in Scotland?
Ultimately, I think the future of Scotland lies with knowledge and creatively driven businesses. We in Scotland should never strive to be the cheapest at doing anything, because that's a race to the bottom. It's also a race where global businesses will move their resource wherever the cheap supply is. We want to be the best. We want to have the smartest and brightest people. And I think the thing we do remarkably well in Scotland is that combination of technical capabilities and creativity, and then dogged determination. You put those three things together, it's kind of the recipe that creates computer games. You can't do it with just techies or just creatives. And it's certainly a tough thing to do. Most people just can't get their head round. We happen to be pretty excellent at it in Scotland, but same thing applies to companies based on the back of scientific research, companies that are, out there in the energy sector trying to work out new ways of innovation. If we're smart and we create smart people through brilliant education, we'll do fine.
I think we're doing that at RGU, I would say.
Definitely.
And I just want to say, Chris, this is what everybody wants to know. How do we get you to invest in us? How do we get your money? That's the most important question.
Look, well, do you know what? It's probably not the most important question, Lauren. The most important question is, how do you get our focus and our time? Because if you get our focus and our time, then the money will just naturally comes with it. And for a lot of businesses we work with, we don't mind if we're not actually the principal investor. We help them bring the right money into the company, and oftentimes it is ours. But we spend an inordinate amount of time finding others that bring more value. And for that, look, again, refer you back to earlier questions, making sure that ideas that come to us are ideas with enough ambition, that people listen, because it's good to be dogged and determined and go, yeah, I can hear all that, but I'm going to make this work anyway. That's important. But at the same time, if you can get yourself in front of people that have been there and done it, they're probably not trying to take you off course. They're probably trying to tell you, look, here's things we've seen work and here's things we've seen not work. And you may believe you're right, but experience tells us you probably got to think in a different way. But quite amazing how oftentimes people will, the dogged determination turns into putting earmuffs on and not listening. And when you'll hear people in sport, it's a really important thing, talk about sometimes it's not the best players or the best competitors that succeed, it's the ones that are most coachable. And it's a thing in professional sport. They'll actually recruit people that are coachable over people sometimes that have got the most raw talent if they just won't listen. And that applies in every walk of life, and it certainly applies in business, because nobody's got the answers and nobody's perfect at day one. The people that become amazing are those that can combine talent, experience, learning from experiences, and then, really applying that into the future to see success.
That's a really good way to end, I think. That's perfect. I love your 3 little tips as well. Ask questions, communicate, believe in yourself, and help others. I think we'll end it there. Thank you so much, Chris. You're an absolute star. Keep up the good work.
No problem, Lauren. Lovely to be here. Have a great night. Thank you.
All right. I think I'll hand back to Edward, but good luck to everybody. You're doing great.
Thank you so much to Lauren and Chris. Voting is now closed and will close any second. So thank you to everyone who has cast your vote. We will verify and confirm the totals very soon to figure out which one's walking away with prize money. However, the Audience Choice Award is not the only prize up for grabs in today's event. Last month, the teams took part in a semi-final where they had to present draft versions of their pitch videos that you've seen today in front of a panel of RGU mentors. And from that, 6 finalists were selected to be going head-to-head with our industry judges. The finalists are Talipes Treatment Initiative, Rise HQ, Transition Carbon, Aberdeen Ceramic Studio, the Grey Hill, and Kindspace. So those are the teams who are going head-to-head with the judges. Each team got 15 minutes to present a demo and answer questions from our panel of esteemed judges, including Dr. Sarah Cormack-Patton, Jennifer Craw, and Bob Keeler Cbe. So are we ready? Let's get in the Dragon's Den and see how they got on as they faced our judges.
This is Bob, Sarah and Jennifer, our judges for the day. Okay, 15 minutes total. Your time starts now.
Every year across the globe, 200,000 children are born with talipes, which is clubfoot. The lucky ones have access to this, which causes sores and distress for many. We want to revolutionise talipes treatment.
I understand the scale of the problem and I understand the scale of the opportunity, but with that, how does that become scalable in a way that doesn't feel like too big an ask?
That's why it's really important that we have Chris Cbe, co-founder and chairman of the Global Clubfoot Initiative, in the team. Because he works with all the NGOs, the large NGOs who deliver clubfoot treatment all the time. He already is very well aware of the infrastructure, the reality of reaching hard to reach areas, for example, about what finances around and who to get hold of.
My single question to you is this, with all these experts in biomechanics and medicine and all sorts of things, why hasn't the problem already been solved, and what makes you confident that you're able to solve it?
I couldn't believe when I first found out my daughter had this in 2017 that this is what we were still using. Nobody has looked at it from a multidisciplinary position. We've orthopaedic surgeons who have, the bar that my mum showed you there was the Dobbs bar, and so it's slightly iterated what was already there, the Pincetta bar, but did it have a biomechanical engineer, did it have a materials expert?
Navigating the strain of the pandemic, Aberdeen Ceramic Studio will provide our community with an accessible open studio for every maker.
Within our clay kits are a selection of tools, clay, and a handout giving you kind of projects you can do at home. Pieces can be brought to the studio to be fired.
It sounds like the initial captive market is going to be grade graduates, but who after that? How are we expanding?
There are the beginners, people who are craving something new to get away from the digital. There's the folk who they've done it a while back and they want to reconnect with it and they've forgotten how much they've loved that material.
We've also been exploring the idea of a mobile studio. We want to start exploring the Highlands Islands, more rural communities.
How much money do you need to get up and running, and then how do you ensure that you've got enough money to provide investors with a return and to cover your operating costs?
33,000 to set up, 40,000 a year, so that's including rent, materials. Just by having a membership scheme, that's going to generate 44,000 a year.
Audio, visual, or streaming are creating a brand new generation of audiences that theatres cannot compete with. We need to find new ways of creating theatre content cheaper and online's a way of doing that before they get onto the live stage.
How does this differ from something like, say, YouTube? Because you can do all of that through YouTube.
Unfortunately, the big key players are making content cheaper and cheaper, whereas by creating our own store backed by our user data, that's people that actually buy tickets to go to theatre, we can then create our own recommender system, but we can generate a much larger share of the content.
How are you scaling the audience on this platform?
There is a kind of international audience element of this, but I think we need to just start from the beginning and start small. Our idea was to take one Scottish theatre venue and see how we build that around their ticketing system, and then increase the content that we've got and try and get a small goal to say 1,000 people using it and staying on the platform.
Having just acknowledged that these companies don't have the expertise in creating that content, where's that going to come from?
So currently we have created audio content throughout the pandemic. We've managed to do it remotely, so actors record from their home studios. We then give it to a sound engineer, so it's all kind of in the cloud, if I'm being honest.
Midwife actually means with women, which is exactly what I created Rise for. We work with the best organisations. All of this makes Rise the go-to space for female health, creating one great resource out of lots of individual ones.
Where is the content coming from?
We work directly with collaborators, so they have experts inside their organisations. Basically, we send their content back to them every 6 months, and they let us know in between times whether or not something has changed.
And so do you pay for membership?
So we work on a freemium model. Anyone can access the information all the time. We then work on a subscription basis, so different, we call them customer journeys. So if somebody was pregnant, they would sign up to the pregnant journey.
How do you convince a sceptical public that online information shouldn't be trusted?
Even on the NHS website, they don't reference their content. So we use backlinks to all of the content that we reference to make sure that if people want to read where we've got this information from, they can do just at a click of a button.
We're a carbon consultancy service designed for SMEs who don't necessarily have the resources, the time, or the knowledge to reduce their carbon footprints.
So I think in terms of topic and topicality, then for sure you're onto something here. It is that big challenge roundabout. It's a big problem. And so how do you narrow down which part of that problem are you helping solve and which customers are more likely to buy your solution?
Initially, we're going to focus on the energy industry. So oil and gas specifically was one we've identified. The consultancy is the bread and butter. So we're going to do this so that we can survive, and it's going to sustain us. But we would love to build this tool, and we'd love to work these jobs as consultants and put the money we make back into the business and back into the tool.
But imagine a condition under which small companies and medium companies are not eventually put under these same sort of restrictions. Does that mean that your market is capped?
Yeah, so we feel not just the pressures are going to be coming from governments to reduce targets, we feel there's a consumer pressures as well. People are going to just stop buying from companies that aren't sustainable and aren't ethically managing their own emissions.
The development of software, you can only guess at what the pressure might be upon small to medium enterprises. So how can you design your software around something when you don't really know what the actual specific problem is yet?
The more information we get, the more data we gather based on the clients and customers we get, the more useful that then becomes in terms of development. The plan is to use the information we gather from the consultancy to build this software. But yeah, as you said, it's a very much emerging market, and there's not an abundance of resources out there already. So it's going to be a case of gathering a lot of the primary data ourselves.
And Kyle Cbe is a holistic wellbeing skill for Amazon Alexa.
Alexa, open Space.
You can choose from daily check-in or tip of the day.
Daily check-in.
Your well-being level is excellent. This is great news. Today is World Bee Day. Have a great day and come back tomorrow.
How many people do you think you're going to be able to bring on? How many do you have on already?
Since we launched, we've got over 300 users. Our overall vision is to have 5 million free users on the platform in the next 5 years. So we're looking at a premium subscription service for additional content and insight into someone's data. Target is to have 100,000
paying subscribers.
Competition, who else is doing this?
Competition, yeah. So in the voice space, we would say our differentiating factor is that it's very affordable, it's really accessible. So we've tried to design it with a really diverse range of users in mind. So people that maybe have vision impairments, even hearing impairments, because we've got the visual elements on the devices with the screens.
How do you know it makes a difference?
We're in some discussions at the moment to look and see if we can do some trials. So we want to put together some research that really understood what's the added benefit of having our application on that voice assistant platform as well.
What would stop them effectively, basically lifting the content, duplicating it on another platform and just marketing it?
We're building a community. So Kindspace is a community, and that following and that I talked about, that kind of crowdsourcing sort of element to it where people feel involved, I think would be much harder to copy.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay guys, so thank you very much indeed. Good luck on the rest of the journey. Good luck on the journey, guys.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, Charlie.
Thank you.
Ooh, some tough questions there from the teams and tough decisions to be made. And now it's almost time to announce the winners. So let's bring in our panel of judges. We are delighted to welcome Sarah, Bob and Jennifer. Let's hope that I can get you up on the screen there now. Hello, how are you doing?
Hi, Nisa.
Hi. Hi, Edward.
Hi there, hi. How you doing?
Oh, great. Thank you for joining us today. So maybe I'll start just having a chat. Sarah, you're joining us from California. I have to say, I'm definitely jealous. And you're involved in both the early stages of the applications and in this final stage. So did you see much difference in the teams?
Well, I have to say that I'm jealous to not be in Aberdeen just now. It's been a long time, so you always have what you don't want, right? So yeah, it was lovely to be involved at both stages. I can't even tell you the leaps and bounds that I'd seen in the teams that I had seen previously as compared to before. But it was also lovely to see new proposals that I hadn't seen prior to this last couple of weeks. It's been clear throughout in the teams that I have seen, though, that their proposals are a lot more concrete and their ideas a lot more set. So lots of credit to the bootcamp process that they went through. It's clearly prepared them well for what they want to go forward with.
Amazing. And your career, you've seen entrepreneurship from Silicon Valley at Lyft, where you work, and also in Aberdeen. What could these teams potentially learn from that international entrepreneurial life that you've seen?
So it strikes me that there's no secret sauce, no special connection that makes a company successful versus others from the plethora of successful and unsuccessful entrepreneurial activities that there are across Silicon Valley. A couple of things that are clear and do stand out tend to be ensuring that you allow for space for disagreement, for constructive debate. Don't just stick with a group of people who have the exact same opinion as you do. You can end up in groupthink and get mired into rather deep chasms. The second one is to bring on experts, particularly within the spaces that you yourself are not comfortable or not a specific expert in. This will allow you to propel your business much forward if you can rely on the expertise of others where it's necessary.
Okay, excellent. And perhaps I'll come to yourself, Jennifer. So what was the judging experience like for you? How did you find it?
I mean, what was great was the energy and the passion from the teams. They have worked really, really hard. They have obviously had expert support on the way, both through the formal process and I'm sure very much through informal advice that they've gained from both each other and from others they've sought to kind of validate their ideas from. So it was a real pleasure to come to the the finalists judging with some really well thought through ideas, business ideas that really sounded like the next stage they could fly. So it was a great experience, and of course expertly managed by the RGU innovation team.
Oh, too kind. Thank you so much, Jennifer. And I guess the other side of your role at Opportunity Northeast is all about regional diversification and the growth of businesses in the region. So what kind of businesses and ventures do we need in Aberdeen as a city as we evolve?
Ambitious, led by passionate people who have interests across a number of different areas. And I think we saw that in terms of individuals who are either bringing their personal passion or personal experience and bringing it forward as a potential solution, be that solution driven through social cause, driven through potential for commercial opportunity. So what makes this region really exceptional is the quality of the people, our approach to enterprise and entrepreneurship, and we have many serial entrepreneurs. I mean, we heard Chris's story earlier, and he is not unusual. And we've got Bob here on the panel. You know, Bob has again had many opportunities both to invest in companies. He led his major company through well, you wouldn't quite call that scale a spin out, but in terms of an MBO and then sold on and has continued to do it. So I think we are blessed in this region, both in terms of RGU, which is a really strong focus on entrepreneurship. We heard that reinforced by the principal at the start of the evening. It's embedded across our education. It's embedded in terms of both staff, students and alumni. And on top of that, we have a business community that gives back, and also we have this full focus on social impact and creative impact. So I think we got great examples in terms of all of the participants, and particularly in the finalists, across social impact, regional impact, and both in terms of those who will develop this business and more businesses in the future.
Oh, amazing. Thank you so much, Jennifer. I see we've got Doggy joining us. Hello. And Bob, over to you as well. How did you find the judging process? You must have been involved in so many entrepreneurship activities. How did you find taking part this year?
Yeah, it was both fascinating and fun, Ed. I mean, we watched the pitch videos, we chatted to the shortlisted teams, and then it took us much longer than we probably would have thought to try and work out what we'd experienced, because the fact that we all had different teams on our own shortlist of favourites showed the overall quality. So the experience was really uplifting, because as you say, I mean, I'm involved in various programmes, and often in these programmes you think, yeah, there's a nugget of an idea here, but there's no clear way in which it's going to go forward. And you're often left thinking, well, it might work, it might not, I just don't get it. But the teams we saw consistently in this process had the next step worked out. They had the advice behind them. They knew what was necessary in terms of what they needed to do. And I mean, I've been there raising, you know, lots and lots of money to try and fund a business growth, trying to attract huge numbers of customers and trying to hire staff and good people at the same time. And it's a real difficult balancing act, but actually most of the people we saw, they understood what was ahead of them, and that was really encouraging. And that pays testament to the quality of the work that you and the team there at RGU have done. So great job, guys.
Thank you, Bob. And any top tips for any of these teams as they go forward? You said in your judges video, good luck on the journey. Any ways to navigate the hurdles?
Yeah, there's I guess a couple of things here. I mean, advice for the innovators here. I mean, it's going to take longer than you'd planned. You probably need to raise more money than you thought you needed. You'll need more help than you expected. But don't let any of that put you off, because people may tell you that your idea won't work, that there's no market for your product or service, just as they've done to the inventor of every product and service that we use today. So the only people whose views that you really need to pay attention to about the quality of your idea and your concept are your customers. So to grow your enterprise, you only really need to do two things: start and keep going, and that's it.
Excellent advice. Just keep going. We've got lots to see there. So thank you to the judges. We're about to get to announcements, and it's a pleasure to speak to you all, get your advice, and have such a strong judging panel with us. But it's time we announced some awards, and I don't think the judges will mind me saying that when it came to actually deciding the prizes, the judges had a bit of a tough time at first. The ideas are so varied, and there's so many different ideas that came forward that actually the original plan was first, second and third, but for the Judges' Choice Award we couldn't decide. So I'm pleased to announce today that we will be giving out 3 first-place prizes, or 3 equal prizes, and they will all receive a cash prize of £5,000 each. So that is even more than the teams were expecting, so the stakes are even higher. So we have our 6 finalists, and hopefully we'll be able to pull them in as we announce the winners very shortly. But it's time to go to the judges, and Chris is going to put you on the spotlight as you make your announcement. So first up, we're going to go to Sarah to introduce her award and announce who has won it.
So the first award that we wanted to present was an award for potential impact on a specific industry. The part of the reason, and as Ed has said, this is an exceptionally difficult decision. All of the teams are passionate and had great expertise, but this particular team demonstrated a huge amount of passion and industry knowledge. They fit within the proposal fit within a clear niche, and they actually have very well-trodden examples that they can follow from related industries that may provide them a little bit of guidance in their journey. There'll be a lot of work to go forward on this, but we believe in this team and in the vision. So we want to give congratulations for the best industry impact of the Grey Hill.
Grey Hill.
There we have it. Congratulations to the Grey Hill. You are the winner of the biggest industry impact award. And hopefully, if I could do this, you probably can't see particularly clearly, but we do have our finalists here on Zoom. So Barry is up here. Hopefully, he can give us a wave. Barry, congratulations. You've won £5,000. They might not be able to hear us, so hopefully they're able to find out who has won. I'll unmute them in a second. So next up, we will head back to Jennifer, and she is going to be announcing the next prize. So Jennifer, let's pop you in the spotlight and see who is next to win.
So I am delighted to announce the winner of the category of biggest regional impact. And this team, and I'm not sure if it was the largest team, but Kyle Cbe, Ailsa, Gavin, Amy and Matt of Aberdeen Ceramics Studio impressed us hugely because they had a very clear beachhead market in terms of those 20 students a year that graduate through the ceramics course at Gray's School of Art. So we've already got a creative community. This project, Aberdeen Ceramics Studio, will retain those students and that talent here. We've also got existing makers who are resident in the city, so we will grow that community. And for people like me, I'm absolutely delighted that they're reaching out to beginners and hobbyists and established makers. So particularly taken by how creativity can both drive a sector, drive an industry, linked to our existing creative community across the city, and our incredible art gallery and our talent coming out of Gray's and Scott Sutherland, but equally go beyond that into the community and create this creative community that's open and accessible to all, but also celebrates real talent and makes that talent available through a platform where they will also sell, and they've got plans in the future to go do outreach, both in terms of digital and in physical across the region. So hugely infectious in terms of their passion for their craft, their passion to share it, but also their passion to drive it into a creative community that can be self-sustaining and sustaining here in the northeast of Scotland. So very, very impressive in terms of bringing something new and different, both to the wider community, but also the creative community solidified here in the northeast of Scotland. So huge congratulations to the team at Aberdeen Ceramics Studio, wishing you all the very best.
There we have it, Aberdeen Ceramics Studios. You are the winner of biggest regional impact. Congratulations. Hopefully you can see us on the screen and hear me a little bit now. Congratulations. We've got Barry, we've got Ceramic Studios across 2 different places there. So lovely to see you all. A winner of £5,000 on top of Barry winning the Grey Hill Prize for biggest industry impact. Congratulations. So we have one more to announce. So we're going to put Bob in the spotlight, and hopefully you can announce our final winner of a Judge's Choice Award.
Okay, thank you, Ed. Now, I meet with several hundred entrepreneurial teams every year, and I love hearing their plans and their dreams. And I'm sure many of them will do great things and will transform the world of online payments or become the booking.com of driving lessons. They'll do well. Sometimes I hear people describe their venture as a game changer, disruptive, transformational, and I'm often not convinced, because it's sometimes like you're at an event and there's a keynote speaker and people say, oh, they're inspirational, and I find myself doubting it unless I can genuinely think, what have I been inspired to think differently or to do differently? So when an entrepreneurial team describes their work as life-changing, I'm always a bit wary. But when the team can point to over 200,000 children each year whose lives can be transformed by their work, I take note. And then when they explain that 80% of the children in the world with this literally crippling genetic condition receive no treatment, then I want to know more. And when they explain that a multidisciplinary team of world experts has never been convened to examine the whole issue afresh and to bring the latest innovation and design techniques to bear on an ancient problem, then I can see how they might just be able to create affordable solutions that can reach those children in the far corners of the world and change their lives. And that's why we had no choice but to award the prize for the biggest global impact to the team of Lorna and Katrina from the Talipes Treatment Initiative. We love the ambition, we love the new approach, and we love the idea of the positive global impact it can make. Well done.
Congratulations to Talipes Treatment Initiative. You have won biggest global impact. £5,000 goes to you. Congratulations. Hopefully they can see us on the screen. They're just zoomed in. We've got Lorna looking fantastic in your colourful clothes there, Lorna. We've got Katrina. I'm thinking live from Thailand there. So congratulations and well done to all of our finalists. Massive congratulations to our winning teams. All of our finalists, you have been amazing. So massive virtual round of applause. And you'll be delighted to know that we have some fantastic little trophies and prizes. So Chris, do you want to introduce a little bit about the lovely things we've got available for the teams?
I will, yes. So we have from Aberdeen, I was going to say Aberdeen Ceramic Studios, but no, it is from Aberdeen Trophy Centre. We have three, it's like the Crystal Maze, actually, but three beautiful crystals. It looks like the engagement ring that I gave my wife a few years back. But they'll be winging their way to our three winners, Innovation Showcase 2021, and the name of the award and the name of the team that won it. So congratulations to all of you. That is fantastic. It's great to see you all. Lovely to see you all dressed up as well. Give us a wave. You can give us a wave. That would be great. Really good to see you all. Congratulations to you all. You have all been fantastic. Really appreciate that. I don't think they can hear us though, Ed, can they? Oh, they can hear us a little bit. Oh, you can hear us. Can you give us a wave? Can you give us a wave? There we go. Barry from Grey Hill. There's Kevin. Morris from Ceramics. The guys from Transition have joined us. It's Charlie from HQ. Lorna and Katrina. Katrina, were you getting emotional there? Were you getting a bit emotional? Saw that. The Lawrenson family are in the house. Give us a wave, Lawrenson family. Lovely to see you all. And there's Victoria as well. And Amy. All the Amy's from Ceramics. Can you hear us? No, they're too busy drinking their wine and checking their phones. Oh, there they are, yeah. Hi, Kelda. She can hear us. Brilliant. It's lovely to see you all, guys. Hopefully we'll be all in a room together, socially distanced, of course. Edward, back to you.
Thank you so much, Chris. And thank you so much to all of our teams and to all of our judges. And thank you for staying on and helping us with today's event. Thank you to all of our finalists. And of course, next we have our wider selection of teams. And unfortunately, they're not on the call at the moment. But hopefully you're watching at home, because in addition to our Judges' Choice Awards, as you know, they are not the only awards going out tonight. You have been voting for your favourite teams to win an Audience Choice Award. So let's dive into it as soon as we can. Thank you for those who entered our audience competition. We will drop you a message over email to let you know who our randomly generated winner of £150 worth of vouchers is. So we will let you know as soon as possible. And hopefully we can do a little bit of spending. So, time to get my Eurovision face all come down to this. It's time to announce which teams have been made the Audience Choice Award winners. So this is based on how many votes you cast. So if we pull up, hopefully you'll be able to see all of the teams that are available in our awards mix there. So we can have a look and see. So it is time to deduct the teams which haven't quite got enough votes to make it through. We're going to go from the top 5 into our top 3 as we work our way through it. So the teams that haven't quite made enough votes to come through and are deducted from the list are... okay. So hopefully you can see who we have left. Still left in the vote is Henborough, Kuyl, House of Small Shops, Count Space by TL Tech, Rise HQ, and Talibus Treatment Initiative. So far, these are the teams who've got the next amount of votes. So next up, we have in joint 5th place, actually. So we have 2 teams in 5th place. Let's deduct which ones are moving. We have Henborough, Kuyl, and Count Space. There's an extra one there. Henborough, Kuyl, and Count Space. Sorry, the wrong one's got disappeared there. So Henborough, Kuyl, and Count Space. You guys unfortunately didn't make it quite through to the top list there. But still in it, we have Rise HQ, House of Small Shops, Talibus Treatment Initiative, and Aberdeen Ceramic Studios. So let's see. Next up in 4th place, fingers crossed, the slides are still there. In 4th place, we have Rise HQ. And Ceramics has disappeared again. No, so Rise HQ, you are still in it. You're not in it, but Ceramic Studio is still in it. Talibus is in it. House of Small Shops, you are still in it as well. So this is our final 3. So we will move to figure out which teams are in our final 3 winning cash prizes. So hopefully you can still see me on the screen there. In 3rd place, walking away with an Audience Choice Award and a prize of £500 is House of Small Shops. Congratulations, House of Small Shops. You got the 3rd place prize in this year's Audience Choice Awards. Congratulations. Okay, this is it. Confetti cannons at the ready. We're about to announce which team is going to be our winner in today's Audience Choice Award. We have 2 left. We have Talibus Treatment Initiative and House of Small Shops. Which one is going to be our finalist? Are we ready? In 2nd place, we have Talibus Treatment Initiative. So that means in our 1st place, we have Aberdeen Ceramic Studios. Congratulations to our teams for taking part. Well done. Sorry, that is probably deafened your eardrums. Congratulations to everyone for taking part. Confetti cannons at the go. You've all done incredibly well. Well done to our winners in our judges category as well. The Innovation Showcase 2021 has come to an end. Thank you so much for taking part in today's showcase. Thank you for your attention, for your votes, for your support, for your love, and for all of the teams who have taken part. Please make sure to keep following us on @RG Innovation and keep inspiring, keep being innovative, keep being curious, and keep celebrating bold ideas. As we close tonight's event, I'm super delighted to hand you over to our Head of Entrepreneurship and Innovation, Chris Moole.
Thank you, Ed. Yes, here I am again. Well, I'm exhausted and ready for a lie down and a mojito. What an amazing showcase, so much to celebrate. Congratulations to all the teams for doing an extraordinary job in extraordinary circumstances. I think you'll agree that innovation is alive and well in Scotland. So many people to thank, of course, the Vice Principal, Vice Chancellor, Professor Steve Olivier, our judges, Bob, Jennifer and Sarah, all the judges that helped us in the earlier rounds of the competition. Our guest speaker, weren't they fabulous? Chris van der Kuyl and Lauren for doing such a great job. MSP Audrey Nicol for speaking, and of course my EIG colleagues, Sally, Graham, Candace, Margaret, Naj, and of course the amazing host, Edward Pollock, doing an incredible job as usual. Other colleagues in RGU to thank, Danella Beaton and her team in Business and Economic Development, Rob Smith and the RGU Comms team, Kate Bullock and the marketing team. Yep, come in Sally, come in Graham. And in particular, Megan Baldry, who has been sitting over there. Do you want to come in, Megan? Of course, not forgetting Laura for amazing editing skills. And of course, we want to show a huge appreciation to all our funders for the past 3 years. The Wood Foundation continue to support innovation and entrepreneurship. Special thanks to RGU Foundation for their contribution to support our teams. And finally, a big thanks to you, the audience, for watching and supporting our teams. That's it from me. I hope you were entertained and inspired. We hope to see you all soon. And until then, take care and goodbye. Bye, everyone.